he was handcuffed. It didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that questioned it, they called them quacks and conspiracy theorists.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing they did with Charles Manson for telling us that they sent him out to start a race war.
Mm.
But we
Mm.
so busy listening to the race
To
war
the
part,
media.
we ain't
Yeah.
understanding that he giving us a warning.
Yeah.
He telling us all the dirt they told him about poisoning the water with fluoride,
Mm.
cutting down the trees so we can't hardly breathe, but we think we breathing normal, but they cutting them down so fast that we have to adapt to breathing on less oxygen, which deprives the brain of breath.
Mm.
And breath is spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you deprive somebody of spirit, you're depriving them of life. This is all orchestrated. So then they set the man up, accused him of some murders that he ain't had nothing to do with. They said they knew what Charlie wanted, but he never gave them the order. Make that shit make sense.
Mm.
But none of us can pay attention enough to the details because we're looking at the overall description that the media paint. The media is a disinformation specialist.
Specialist. Specialist.
How you think a man get off with the Twinkie defense? The narrative the media painted is what got him off. Not that he ate a Twinkie and killed motherfuckers in front of the courthouse. That didn't get him off.
Mm.
The media narrative is what got him off.
The media narrative.
It's
Yes.
the same with the boy walking down the street shooting motherfuckers. As soon as they called the people looters, he beat the case.
Mm.
He became the only competent law enforcement agent on site for a citizen's arrest. In the minds of the people that's the oppressor control.
Mm.
When they called the people that got shot looters,
Looters.
it's the
That's.
same as saying criminals, it's the same as saying attackers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They said it was a mob, which told him that it was a whole bunch of them. He automatically have to defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
In any property, they tend to be trying to so-called loot.
Mm-hmm.
So whether he was right or wrong became inconsequential to the media onslaught of the disinformation campaign.
Mm-hmm.
When they get away with saying certain things in the media, you done,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the people following a well-written narrative, like they following the storyline on the movie, they probably can follow the storyline on the movie better.
Mm-hmm.
The storyline in real life is showing you what they doing in your face.
Mm.
But it makes it into a parody that you can never believe because they attach terms like conspiracy theorists, quack, fringe information, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
then they say that the information ain't true, but they have the documents in their hands while they saying it,
Mm. Facts.
you know.
Hey, Rod, I want to take this time to we're getting ready to get to the Q&A from the people.
Yes,
I mean, this
sir.
this this whole show has been complete fire so far. I want to thank you for your time. It's one thing that people keep asking for, Rod, and this is the beautiful part about our people. We criticize our people a lot, but what's beautiful about them is that they're willing to support those who support them. So they're asking for your Cash App, brother. I want to put your Cash App on the screen, and because you're on my show, and because my people support, I got a great audience. You're gonna be blessed, brother. What's your Cash App?
I'm typing it now.
Yeah, make sure you support this brother Rod Hayes out there putting in the work.
You see
You
it? I
know,
sent it to you in the private chat, so you
let
can
me see.
copy it.
Let me see. Okay, give me a second, family. I wanna put this brother's Cash App up. I'm about to share mine. I'm gonna put his as well. I don't make sure. All right. All right, family. So I got the brother Rod Hayes Cash App. Before we get to Q&A, you know how we do on the show. Got the brother Rod Hayes Cash App. I got my Cash App, man. Make sure you support the individuals who support y'all. I mean, this information that the brothers dropping, the pyramids that we just showed for this Alaska. We went to Stone Mountain. We talked, man, listen, if you ain't got goosebumps after watching this show so far, I don't know what to tell you. But this is it right here. This is what we supposed to be giving our energy to. So with that being said, family, make sure
Yeah.
you hit the like button. That's important. And give me some good questions in the chat room. We're gonna get it. It's we've been on here for about an hour and 20 minutes. We're gonna get to about 20, 25 minutes of Q&A. I ain't gonna keep the brother on here too long, but we're gonna get into about 20 minutes of Q&A. But make sure you support my guests. Make sure you support me for putting this together, being a mastermind. Make sure you support my guests for
Now
bringing that work. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
I had to say this as a witch doctor, we don't solicit donations.
You want me to take it off or
Mm-mm. But if somebody asks,
okay?
then they're allowed to donate.
They certainly ask, brother. They
But right,
hey,
so I just gotta make that clear because I
okay,
don't never charge nothing. Like on my platforms, when I do lives, they can listen to me for free,
okay.
or they if sometimes they ask for the cash app. I'm
Mm,
obligated to give it to them, and this is the reason why. Reciprocity is the reason.
okay.
Gratitude offerings facilitates the reciprocity. It creates an energy circuit. If I tell them no when they offer, it's blocking their blessings, not mine.
mm. Well, that's interesting. That's
So I had to
interesting.
accept it because me accepting it with the gratitude that they gave it, it's an equal exchange,
Mm,
right? And
mm,
it's facilitated on the return to them by increments of 10, right? So this is what they be talking about in the church, but they be soliciting donations, which nullifies the effect to the giver.
mm,
And
mm.
all of the benefit end up in the hands of the asker.
Instead of the giver, who
Right.
wants to give, you're
So
blocking
that's
it.
that's why you have to do it this way. That's why you
That's
don't come in, boom, here's my cash app. No,
mm,
it's because you have to offer something that the people feel you should be compensated for because nobody else is offering this for free.
mm.
And they
Indeed,
do it out of the goodness of their
but they
heart. That's
are.
that's their obligation to themselves, not to me.
Mm.
Right. So
They
that way
uh,
they
uh,
don't
uh,
feel beholden to give. They do it of their own free will.
they
Right, because they
they
want to do it.
they gonna support you on their own free. I hear your phone, brother. I
That way
hear
my
you.
phone, that way yours.
Oh, okay. Let's get to some questions. I got
Yeah.
somebody said, what does he think about Mount Shasta in Cali? What you think, my brother?
It's a powerful energy vortex. It's on a ley line and it's on the ritual site of the old ancients.
Mm,
So Mount Shasta is a good place to visit, and it's make sure you drink plenty of water out there too. But around the equinoxes, spring, summer, winter, and fall, the energy is highest because that's when they held the festivals in ancient times to draw the energy there. So it's been done for so long. In ancient times, the energy still comes through. When the people come through, they interact with the energy, and that keeps the energy coming through.
mm,
Right. So it's a perpetual cycle of energy based on ancient ceremonial practice on that land.
mm,
That's not the only one around. They got them all up and down the Mississippi. Those that's named after the cities of Egypt, or the cities of Egypt is named after, have mounds in the near proximity where rituals was held at different times of the year. And you get with the natives and they know the land, they know when the rituals was held. They'll naturally congregate there around that time of the year.
mm,
It's like
mm,
Mardi Gras,
mm,
right? Mardi Gras is an ancient festival. You try to take Mardi Gras away from New Orleans and we gonna tear this bitch up.
mm,
You can take all of the cultural aspects you think you taking. If you take Mardi Gras, the NO will tear this place down. They tried it already and they seen what happened.
mm.
It's a part of the culture that the people of New Orleans will not, they not giving it up because that tells us so much information in the Mardi Gras festival. When one of the chiefs go to Mardi Gras, they get a whole report off the parade.
Mm. Let's get to the next question. Any information on people who helped them steal our magic? People like Benjamin Banneker, built in Washington, D.C., and Pascal Beverly Randolph, who taught them occult magic. What side were they on?
So the only way you can tell what side was they on is by what they put in the public domain,
Mm.
right? If what they put in the public domain is not legible, right, or is so minuscule that you can't put their motives together, they wasn't working for us.
Okay. Let's get to the next question. Once again, family, I got the brothers Cash App on the screen. If you are interested, let's get to the next.
That's not accurate.
That's the dollar sign SIKAPE. No.
The S and the A has to be capital.
Okay. I don't.
So it's dollar sign capital S I K capital A P E. Are you doing that? Can you pin the next question up?
Yeah. What's next for melanated people?
Organize our grassroots level, and the sky is the ain't no limit. Melanated people can and always have been able to do whatever they choose to when they support one another. That's right there.
Okay. Let's get to the next question. Okay. Do you know of any pyramids or sacred places in Arkansas?
Arkansas is Cherokee territory. Um, I don't remember the exact location, but I know there's mounds in Arkansas.
Mhm.
In various places too.
Okay, let's get to the next question. What's Rod's insight? This is Keebalon 44. Shout out that brother. He's been on the show before. What's your thoughts on nuclear fission? Fusion. I'm sorry,
Fusion.
fusion. Yes, I'm sorry.
Right. So now we talking about splitting atoms. And the nuclear fusion is the core of the nucleus of two atoms become merged. But the side effect of that is in order to rebalance, is going to cause a reaction, a chain reaction. Right? It's the same with the fission. The splitting of the atom
Mm-hmm.
causes the particles to split other atoms. Right? So the fission is going to become like a magnet to attract and cluster other atoms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's get to the next. Uh, why does the fam from the Caribbean fit into the narrative of Native American? What do you suggest those who traded in their nationality to become American citizens do to claim their land?
Okay, so in order to become an American citizen, you had to accept your straw man. So you have to go back to your family, have a family reunion, and rename everybody with no birth certificate, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
give them the name. Your nickname is you using the customs of the land to develop a natural name,
Your
right?
nickname.
Your nickname,
Hmm.
right? That's how you end up with. You think Sitting Bull real name was Sitting Bull? His real name is Christopher Wallace,
mm. I know that.
right?
Christopher
So,
Wallace.
well, we call him Sitting Bull
Yes.
because he was sitting down on the job when they came, and he supposed to kept them out,
Mm.
right? So we called him Sitting Bull. He was being lazy. He didn't
Mm.
believe the scouts when they told him, and he
Mm.
got sacked, right?
Mm.
Just like Crazy Horse, you know who that is?
Mm. Mm.
ODB.
Mm. Mm.
That's why he had to play the Hayoka, the sacred clown, perform the sacred clown dance and tell the truth in the public domain where they can't do nothing to you because they gonna have you classified as crazy and mentally deranged.
Mm.
So who he say was trying to kill him? He said Bush and them niggas.
Mm.
Who? What is he talking about? The deep state, the Illuminati.
Mm.
George Herbert Walker Bush was the leader of this part of the country, a world for the Illuminati,
Mm.
right? So he was the highest ranking member. How do I know this? Because, and if you read Behold a Pale Horse, he give you the exact defense bill that he made himself King George the First of the United States, and no other king, no other president can act without his permission.
Mm-hmm.
That means that everybody that came after him until his ass was dead was a puppet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, who came after him? His adopted son, Bill Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
right? His real son, G Dummy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And his adopted or his godson, Barry, right? Y'all ain't even know he had a Bush connection, did you?
Obama, you mean Obama?
Yep.
Yeah.
Barry Del Sotoro. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's his name. Barack Obama is his stage name, his front name, in order to get the so-called Negro vote.
Mm-hmm.
See, if he can get most of the Negro vote, he can sway the vote because he can get the uptown vote if he's approved by specific people in the Democratic Party. Hillary
Mm-hmm.
Clinton, Bill
Mm-hmm.
Clinton, they work for the Bushes too.
Let's get to the next question. What is the significance of the number 19? I guess this is important. We talked about Dr. Malachi York earlier, and I
Hmm.
believe he's the one that said we are from the 19th galaxy, which is totally out there for most of our people. So talk about the significance of the number 19, my brother.
So that's coming through numerology, specifically through Babylonian numerology, coming through Islam. 19 is the sacred seal. The sacred seal is called that because it's the alpha, is the one, and the omega is the birth process, the end of the birth. It's 9 months. So you got alpha meets omega at 19. So you seal it with the beginning and the end,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then if you add 1 plus 9, you end up with 10. That's the alpha going back to the beginning, right? So it doesn't matter how you flip the number. Once you understand why it represent what it represent, you still gonna see what it say,
Mm-hmm.
right? Numerically, 0 is first, 9 is last,
Mm-hmm.
right? We talking about what they call uh, a decinumeral system, a 10-point numeral system. 0 is first because it's a placeholder for nothing. That means wherever 0 at, don't nothing go there. From there, you end up at 1 when you get the first one. So numerically, you counting from 1 to 9. But we didn't count from 1 to 9. We counted from 9 to 1 because we read from right to left, not left to right,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when they flipped us left to right, I mean right to left, from left to right, they flipped the 1 in front of the 9 instead of the 9 in front of the 1, right? But the 91 is the year of the first attack on the World Trade Center. Remember, blow up like the World Trade,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it also tells the secrets of what's happening at the end, right? So it all become relative. That's why you come with 911. 911 can be scrambled into a 191 anagram. One being on both sides of the 9 represents the beginning meets the end through destruction,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what they was giving us. They had to give us 3 knocks in 5-year increments roughly to let us know they was coming to take over the world. And then we got to stop them.
Mm-hmm.
So George Bush had his Arab connections. We know he was connected to the Bin Ladens because they helped all of the Bin Laden family leave America directly on the same day as 9/11, and they was the only planes allowed to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to be protected by the Bush family, right? So we know that the one of the Bin Ladens died leaving the Bush farm in Texas. This is recorded, right? So that show proves also the Arab connection to the Bin Laden family, right? And the Bin Laden family is the construction or the Masonic family of um, the Middle East because they was getting all of the royal contracts to build the palaces,
Mm-hmm.
right? They didn't start building palaces in the Middle East until 1933 when they discovered that it was massive amounts of oil in Saudi,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nation of Islam started in 1933. right? So now we're talking about 1933, and the three is 6, right? So that's the other end of the 191 on the turnaround,
Mm.
right? So it all becomes relative depending on the angle you look at the problem. Most people look at the surface of the problem and never look at the intricacies and the workings of the problem in order to establish a solution.
Mm.
The only solution is for us is to stand up in our individual capacity, demand the chiefs come tell us where these imposters at on the land and have y'all got them out yet. That's what we need to know.
Mm. Let's get to the next question. When and how will the Caucasians leave this planet to get balance?
The Caucasians is not the problem. The problem is the ones that look like us, that ain't from here. They the problem. They know who they is and they know they leaving. They tell you all the time they ain't staying here. When you listen to their lives and they talking about leaving here, that's because they was part of the problem and that's why they can't stay. It was all skin colors of people in the families of the earth tribes, all hair textures. So that ain't nothing new to us. What's new to us is to use those physical descriptions as tools of division. That's new to us. So that answer.
Yeah, pardon my mic. Sometimes I get a little short in this mic. Let's get to the next question. Somebody asked, I don't see the question now, and this is one of the questions I want to ask you earlier. So let me just ask this now because I see somebody remind me of it. Your thoughts on the blue star Kachina? Talk to me because I seen you posted that in your Instagram. What's the science on that? What's going on with the blue star Kachina?
Well, there's an ancient Hopi prophecy about the red star Kachina and the blue star Kachina um, returning at the close of the age to usher in the new world for the rainbow children and the children of the stars.
Mm-hmm.
So the they are just symbols to match the stellar clock, what's going on in time.
Mm-hmm.
They also made Kachina dolls that tell the story of what takes place at that time. So this say two stars rise up, a red one and a blue one, and these are the Kachinas.
All right, all right. Let's get to the next question. We're gonna take about three more questions, then we're gonna get out of here, family. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got about 1,800 people in here. I'm with Brother Rod Hayes, and he's dropping jewels. It's been a magnificent broadcast. Let's see. Where will we stand? Someone asked, "What's the difference between a shaman and a heyoka?" Yeah.
Okay, so a Hayoka is a extreme empath, and he normally a shaman interact more with the community than the Hayoka. When you see the movies and they go out into the wilderness to meet an old man that live in the house by itself in the middle of nowhere, he would be a Hayoka, but he can also be a shaman, right? And but when you're in the village and you have the medicine man of the village, he is the shaman of the village. When he gets stuck on the problem, he go to the Hayoka for assistance in the problem. In the Christian religion, they will be called Melchizedek priests.
Mhm. Indeed. Uh, Rod mentioned the stock market fall. What role does cryptocurrency play in the plan, if any? Is cryptocurrency good or bad for us?
Right now, with until this old system is done with, I do not advocate for any kind of currency, um, because I don't. It's hard to see the ones that's for us and the one that they trying to create to undermine us to stay in power. So I don't put a stamp of approval on any of their currencies until we can see it on the outcome what they are. I don't trust none of them.
Mhm. Okay. What's the connection between humans and water?
It's the same connection as a mother to a child. The water is a symbol for spirit. The human brain is over 70% water. The human body is over like 70% water. So the connection is an indispensable connection between humans and water. Water is also the natural antifreeze of the body. That's why even in cold climates, you got to stay hydrated to stay warm, right? But in this hot climates, you got to stay hydrated so that you can stay cool. And the perspiration is the water being flushed through the system, right? And the water flushes the toxins out of the system. So water is very critical to the survival of the human as a creature.
Indeed. Alchemy Goddess wants to know what is a diamond baby. I haven't been able to find a lot of information on that.
So study under crystal child and look for a blue crystal child would be synonymous with what they would call a diamond baby. They're just coming from the frequency of which one of the star seeds or indigos they are, right? So you hear them say the ruby child, sapphire. They talking about the colors on the rainbow that they energy represent, right? And one of the colors on the rainbow is a pale blue, which is the color of the diamond, represented as the color of the diamond in ancient writing, which is also the color of several other stones, but the diamond being the preeminent stone, clear stone, holds the position and the highest position of that color, right? So
Mm.
this is what the so when you're looking for information on the diamond baby, you look for the information under the indigo child and you look under the blue indigo and you will match the energy up.
We're gonna take one more question, my brother. Is that cool?
hmm
All right. Is symbolism more important than speech?
It depends on the learning style of an individual because some people learn auditory and some learn visual. A person that learns visual symbolism can be more important than speech. But a person that learns an audio, the speech will be able to explain the symbol and help them to understand it even better. Right. So they become it's based on your learning style more so than a blanket yes or no.
Okay, okay. I think that's about it, family. I think that's the last question we're gonna take. Oh man, let me fix my hat. Such a great show, my brother. I'm sitting back, I'm just enjoying myself. I'm listening. Wow, man. I look forward to you being a regular on here, my brother. I look forward to
I
you being
told
a
you
regular.
whenever you need me, man. I appreciate you helping us get the word out so we can get our people to understand we ain't come on no ships. We
Mm-hmm.
not black.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't white.
Mm-hmm.
We not a crayon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We
Mm-hmm.
organic to the land. We was
Mm-hmm.
already here before anybody named Christopher Columbus came snooping around to see how to take over our people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If we return back to our original oral tradition, we can chant down Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
And the battle cry is free Larry Hoover for all those that understand the concept.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As long as you ain't saying that, either you don't understand or you're not part of us. Because you got some people that's from Africa over here that blended in with us that's not our enemy. But they ain't our allies either because they want to carry on the narrative that the slave master gave us that we came from Africa. So I just asked them to just stay out of the way till we done cleaning this shit up. And then they'll know that we ain't had no hard feelings against them because they got invaded and colonized just like us.
Mm-hmm.
We just realized that they ain't us and we ain't them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not personal, it's just family business. And the family business right now is to restore the matriarchy, demand the three kings, and protect the children. That's family business. It's not personal. And anybody that can't vibe with that ain't part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are the main sticking points or glue points that bind us all together. Mama, the babies, and the future.
Mama, the babies in the future. Yes, sir.
Right? Because in our community, we don't talk back to our mama, not because we don't know how,
Yeah.
right? That's just not our tradition and our customs.
It's not
And
style,
when
right?
we see little Bobby and them do that shit, we be
We be
shocked,
like, what the fuck? We be like, what they doing?
right?
Yeah,
That's not our culture,
yeah.
but it's their culture, right? That same child would turn up, grow up, and will bust your ass about talking reckless to his mama, but he talked reckless to her all his childhood.
Mm-hmm. That's
But when
right.
he become an adult, he don't talk reckless to her no more.
Mm-hmm.
Only by being around him would you ever see that part.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
way that they rear children is not the same as how we rear children.
Mm-hmm.
We rear our children to survive the most hostile of life conditions.
Mm-hmm.
It's called oppression,
Mm-hmm.
subjugation,
Mm-hmm.
infiltrated and subverted,
Mm-hmm.
right? We got to get out of it
Mm-hmm.
so that we can get our children out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is where we figure out the banana in the tailpipe is every divisive tool they could find,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because at one time, all of the nations of the earth spoke one language until somebody named Yahweh divided up the languages.
Yahweh.
And they say that the devil's means of control is divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
So if Yahweh divided up the language to divide up the people to stop them from coming to heaven, who the hell is he really?
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh in the Sumerian tablets is called Enlil,
Mm-hmm.
Lord of the sky, Lord of the booming voice, right? And he's the one that say he's a jealous guy. Well, we don't deal in jealousy because that's a contagious, toxic behavior that's passed on and taught. It's not natural to us.
Mm-hmm.
When you see us behaving out of jealousy, it's because we trying to act like our oppressors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not part of our culture. I don't care if you got more than me, as long as you respect me like I respect you. I don't care if you got less than me, as long as you respect me like I respect you.
Mm-hmm.
So while we was worrying about respecting each other, they was worrying about getting more than we got.
Mm-hmm.
But when they found out they can't have what we got because we not buying it, now they fighting for their life.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. On earth. Because they won't be here. I don't know where they going, but they can't stay here.
Why they
Right?
can't stay here?
No, they can't stay here. They didn't cause too many problems already.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever they go, they just can't stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll tell you they leaving. They know they leaving. They feel it in their soul. The
Mm-hmm.
same way the ones of us that's from organic to the land know we ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
We not worried about your hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, because wherever they affect is where the dirt going down, and if some of us got to get caught up in the cleanup, oh well, mama had to do it that way because she had
Mm-hmm.
to get the cancer out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's how we look at it. They look at it like, oh no, we got to stop the tornado with a bomb.
Phew.
Because you know they do have a bomb designed to stop tornadoes,
I've heard about it.
right? We ain't paying attention because it's tornadoes in November.
Mm-hmm.
Way past tornado season,
Mm-hmm.
you got tornadoes and they marching in mass together in a three-man formation. That's Mother Nature demanding that we see the three kings walking on the land because she needs to fill the big mama seat to bring the balance back to earth.
Mm-hmm.
So once the big mama seat get filled, then all of the matriarchs get their post
Mm-hmm.
across the land,
Mm-hmm.
right? In the meantime, you got the chiefs have to open the way. That's our job. And all of the chiefs not men. It's probably more female chiefs on the land than it is males.
Mm-hmm.
An example, if you could pull her up, Chief Warhorse is her name.
Let me see.
She a real chief with the real blood tied to the land that know her history, right? She come from a long family of chiefs. And all of them wasn't men and all of them wasn't women.
Okay, I think I got it. Let me share this. I think I got it.